matchup at least. And this matchup has been proven to be quite interesting, and that kind of proves the expectations. Hefe was able to take game one with a pretty good row control win. Was still close, but towards the end, Hefe's route just proved to be better and got more goals at the end that were just crucial for a row control victory. In the second game, Derp versus Hefe, Derp had a pretty decent start and was just able to capitalize from a Connect 5 option that Hefe failed to stop, and it was a bit too late.
So the router won the routing. The router won the routing game, and the speedster won the speed game. So Geffe here has the pick advantage. It did pick draft for this obviously format that favors routing. And he does have the first. Derpspace does have the first pick, and he goes for 3 boss shines. We haven't talked a lot about the card yet. What do you see here immediately? I don't see a lot of instant click options on this card, to be honest.
Yeah, there are some cards that are much more difficult to draft on when there are like no immediate like super strong goals, and on this one, this is definitely the case, and I think I've never seen that Arcov that Derpspace, but anyway. 3 bosses is probably the safest pick because when you look at the card, you have things like 16 Pinner blue coins, you have 15 in Bianco, you have 7 enemies, you have like a bunch of Serena stuff, 1 from each, means that you will most likely just pick like up these 3 bosses, and it's basically guaranteed for you to obtain them. On this card at least, so that's definitely a good first pick, and have a response with more level-specific goals, 15 Bianco, 9 from Serena, but that's it's definitely good for on this card. Because,
okay, yeah, I 100% agree with the 15 Bianco, because you did mention 3 bosses. You kind of want to avoid that, alright, I've got PD, now I'm going to follow up with 15 Bianco Blues. You want to avoid, I got Manta, I'm going to follow up with 9 Serena Blues. You know, it makes sense. You kind of just stop in the 3 boss play in its tracks. And 9 Serena could also be a fake out, because obviously with 3 bosses, you can consider Manta in there. Maybe you want to like, alright, I'm going to click 9 Serena, you're not going to do Manta, but I know what you're going to do, at least. So you're not going to do Manta, that means you're going to go to do Rico at that point.
A fake out, as you mentioned, on this card is definitely an interesting option. It's definitely not common that you draft a goal really early on that you just discard like in your mind already when you pre-plan your route. But this card seems kind of special because there are so many levels that you can dip into, and 1 from each is a thing, 7 linked pairs is a thing. So you kind of also want to be everywhere at one point or another.
Yeah.
But also like 5 from 2, so maybe like a deep Bianco can work. The 100 Bianco 100s in the secret from Derp was definitely interesting. It's not the strongest on surface level, but it can definitely like counteract 15 Bianca a little bit. When 100 Bianca in the secret, you have a ton of lives that you can pick up, so 20 lives is definitely much less of a burden. 100 Bianca is also a quote-unquote bad Bianco shine that you get out of the way for 5 from 2.
Yeah, all of this makes sense, but the real question that I have here is why are the players not picking Pinna stuff? Are they maybe not confident enough in their 16 Pinna Blues before 30? Because I would say, like, this card doesn't really tell you, okay, this stage is strong for any stage except Pinna. Pinna, I feel, is quite strong on this card. You have the 7 Bluebirds, which you still need to dip in Pinna. I know that doesn't give you access, but you have 7 links on the card. You have 7 Pinna Beach Blue coins. You have 16 Pinna Blues. You have Ride Yoshi in 2 worlds. You know, if you have the combo of 1 Shadow Mario Shine with Pinna Shadow Mario, I feel if there's one stage that's gonna be, alright, this stage is strong on this card, it's Pinna. So I don't understand why no Pinna goals have been clicked yet. Maybe there's like a lack of confidence in the players being able to get to Pinna in a meaningful time.
Mm-hmm.
But I would guess that if you want to get to Pina fast, like 4 from Pianta, 4 from Rico on this card is a viable option.
Yeah. The picking up 40 totals, 7 links to just a lot of blue coins in general, while Hefe was able to snag 16 in Penna at the end. I feel like just from surface level, Hefe has a lot of goals drafted, and he probably won't win to all of them. Of course, 7 enemies is kind of like really weird, but it kind of works with 15 in Bianco, and you have to go to Rico quite deep there. So it's kind of interesting to see, but
What happened?
yeah, just looking at the card a little bit more. As you mentioned, Penna seems just very strong, but but at the same time, just the kind of low commitment kind of thing, like 1 or 2 shines in one world or level, kind of can work out as well, like Bianco 2 into Bianco hundreds for Derp, and then like just 1 boss and like maybe Serena 2, like picking up 9 from Serena, and hopefully sneak it away from Hefe, or like Pinna 1 and 2, while in Pinna 1 you get like a lot of blues, you get the links, you make 1 from each progress, you make 2 from 7 progress, you make a lot of totals progress, and then kind of equalize the world tour and maybe like the Manta detour, or like the or something else with Delfino shines, and then you can. Okay, there's not much in Noki, so getting to Noki is not really important, but it's kind of not really clear what to do on this card.
This card is very weird, as in like you don't see progression. You don't see like shine count and think, okay, this is strong. You don't see a level and say this is strong. You don't see. I guess like roaming is fairly strong on the card, but so is like level focus. As in like you have 5 from 2, you have 4 from Pianta, 4 from Serena, you have all these Pina deep stuff. It's like it's not that bad to dip 4 shines, 5 shines in a level on this card. It can definitely work, especially with Pina. You have like 1, 2, 3, 4. You can skip 5 for the OIG. You get 6. That's your 5 from 2, and then you have the Shadow Mario up there for 2 goals. So yeah, it feels like it will be a very interesting situation. And indeed, you did mention before the match to me that Derp was actually ahead in the row control game, but had trouble finishing it off. Is this gonna be? Could this be the case? Could we see like a repeat of that game where Derp like maybe starts strong, but then it's not easy to find a win con on this card? Like you don't have like, all right, clearly this is gonna be like at some point I want to finish with this combo of goals.
Okay, trying to count goals in your mind, which are like all possible options. I'm trying to think. I have to start them for myself, which is not the best way to like prove a point. And when counting, and considering that there are maybe some of Hefe's drafted goals that can be picked up by Derp, and Derp can, for instance, like pick up some something more committal, like 4 from Serena can pick up something like 5 from 2, a pin a Shell Mario, or a Shell Mario in general. Or even 7 Bluebirds also can be interesting. It's still like a lot of goals. You don't have that many that you think are kind of gone. Like in Hefe's case, you will probably not get to click 3 bosses. You will probably just you can still click like anything else from Derpspace's draft, but Derp themselves just have like more unclear goals to pick from Hefe, and I think that both like deep committal and low committal just barely do not have enough to just win on their own. So you have to kind of
You have to steal something. You have to see something from your enemy and take it. And this segues very nicely in something I want to mention before the match starts. We haven't talked about blues, but Geffe's draft is 80% blues, right? And Derp
20%
clicked.
yellows.
What? Sorry.
And 20% yellows.
Yeah, so it's a lot of there's a lot of coins there. The point being, Derp drafted 40 totals. Is that a fake out? Is that alright? I have to remove value from blues somehow. But if that's the case, what value do you gain beyond 40 blues in that situation? There's no Delfino blues. There's no Delfino with blue trades. Shine proc is not that good.
You kind of have like just nice synergy, as I mentioned, like for what feels like the 50th time. 1 from each, 2 from 7, these low committal kind of things. And Hefe might have problems securing like all of his like drafted goals, even though 16 in Pinna, 15 in Bianco, 9 from Serena, these are like all obtainable. 7 enemies is more like level progression kind of like a level progression goal rather. But maybe Hefe also wants to contest something that's outside of his draft, and then it kind of can be close with, for instance, 16 in Pinna, and Derp can get not only just like 3 of the total goals, but maybe get away with 16 in Pinna, 7 beach blues, and that's like suddenly 5 goals, and just drafting 40 totals itself might be not the strongest thing on the surface level, but it all more depends on what Hefe actually plans out to do and what he can get done within 30 minutes.
And we will see what the plans for the players are as the game starts right now. We have Derp in this situation, definitely with a more like widespread draft, and they will try to cover up as many options as possible, because Geffe looks like it's interested in Pianta here, or is just no, it is Pianta, which interestingly is not in any of the drafted goals. I mean, it can be a pretty quick 50 coins, Pianta 1.
It's definitely a very fast 50 in episode 1 or even 3, kind of. In 3 it's kind of more wacky, but I think it's more so just also getting a bunch of boosts. Maybe 4 from Pianta is... yeah, 4 from Pianta seems like a good objective to go for. It sets up for 5 from 2. It sets up for like maybe some early like one-shell Mario steal. It can get you to pin a bit faster.
A life grind is also an option, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't think you would go there primarily for
the
life grinding option.
It just adds meat, I guess. It's nice to have.
Yeah, well, like you mentioning life grinding, this makes me realize how little value not only just Piata hidden, but hiddens themselves. They're kind of useless on this card. They're actually pretty useless on this card. The only hiddens like that are actually valuable would be maybe Noki hidden and Jado hidden. Maybe for like 5 from 2 means like maybe Yanko for 5 from 2. Maybe a Serena hidden, but then like Serena 4 is also just better. It's actually very interesting to see.
Alright, this card is devoid of any hidden goals or red coin goals for that matter as well. Like there's not a lot. This card is just telling you play the game. Just play the actual levels. Don't play all this extra stuff that you're supposed to play after you're done with any % apparently or whatever. Just play the levels. Right?
Oh, there are way too many blue coin goals for it to be an any % card, but there are a lot of pinner goals, so maybe it's like only a half truth.
Well, if that's the case, Derp might feel a bit more safe with their pretty decent any % time. So speaking of Derp, they are in Bianco, and they will be collecting their first boss in PD. Pretty standard start, I feel. Bianco on this card is not bad at all, like most cards, so slow but safe start, I feel. Makes 100% sense with the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see if Derp decides to go for blues, because at this point it's like, alright, do I call Geffe out on a bluff? Because I don't think it's possible to realize his entire draft before 30 minutes.
The only thing, like, the thing that Hefei can concede in his draft would be 7 enemies, and it's not just like easy to pick up on the way with your derp. You just have to get into like Rico free. You have to get some Bianca enemies, possibly Gelado, Penna, and that's kind of not that great.
No, I can understand, obviously, but there's also the possibility that 9 Serena Blues is left up as a dimension, because I'm not sure it fits well with Geffe's plan. I mean, you can have a lot of incentive to go to Serena here. You have 4 from Serena, you have 1 from each, you have 2 from 7. So Serena, while normally being like pretty slow world, obviously that's the main issue with Serena. You do have quite a lot of incentive to do your Manta here, right? So it might work out to the 9 Serena Blues. But we'll see if Geffe actually decides to go for that, because this Pianta start means that he's probably going to want to give up something other than enemies here, I feel.
Yeah. Thinking about this more, like, the more I look at this card, the more I just realize there's like no level shines, there's only like 5 from 2, and like 2 from 7 is very late into the game. It literally requires 14 shines. Oh, the Derp is deciding on a early Fruit Ladies play. That's definitely interesting. I feel like if you're Derpspace, you shouldn't be too concerned about Banana Lady yet. But I think Banana Lady just takes like 40 seconds, so that probably not too bad actually.
It is fairly interesting because Derp carried an extra banana, which means it's gonna be a whenever, and it means it's gonna be an early Manta. So, or I mean, it could have also been DeLorean, but you would not get that one, I feel. Whereas Geffe is continuing in Pianta, pretty standard. I feel like he might go for 4 from Pianta in this situation.
Yeah, 4 from Pianta is definitely very like a comfortable start, but if you have you started with 50 coins there, you might leave after Pianta 2 in fears of getting snapped to 4 from Pianta.
I guess it makes sense if you don't see what Derp has done. On the other hand, like it's really interesting to see. Okay, he is leaving now, which makes 100% sense. Now I was curious about where does he get his second set of 50 yellows in this situation.
It can be Bianco. Bianco 50 is definitely not slow at all, and it kind of goes well with 15 in Bianco because you have to roam the place anyway. Yeah. An alternative would be Rico if he actually opts to try like for maybe
the enemies,
having aspirations for 3 bosses, maybe enemies. Also missed in the JB, just like Derpspace, but
it's fine.
Yeah, that just like equalizes things.
Yes, Derp has the any percent pass, but Geffe has been running 120, so it's kind of such business. Alright, now with his early starts, they're sticking kind of to his draft. Like I understand that the Fruit Lady play in a way, but I think you have to commit to it quite a lot of time in a way. And I see the logic behind it, but at this point I'm like, wouldn't it be better to just try to steal a Shadow Mario, for instance? Try to steal something else from Pinna, right? Maybe you still want to get to pin and get Red Yoshi to Worlds because you're like, all right, I don't have to get the basket blues, you know. I can just like beeline for Pina 4.
Kind of important to note that Derp didn't elect to get the Ocean Blue, but not only that, they also didn't get the Nokis, which is important for 9 from Serena, because now you either have to re-enter episode 1 or you have to enter episode 3 to get 9 in Serena.
Yeah, this kind of tells us that Derp does not eye the 9 on Serena. It just like, which in my opinion, I'm not gonna say it's a blunder, but I'm gonna say like, the Nokis and the blue take about what? 10 seconds the blue, the faraway blue, and 10 seconds the Nokis. So it's like 20 seconds. But I feel like here Geffe is kind of like overcommitting. So even if you get 9 Serena blues and then you see the 9 Serena click, for you it's not even the worst thing ever. Like you did a Serena shine and you wasted what, minute and a half collecting these blues at worst. And at best it's a goal that you steal and it helps you towards this 40 total blues that you probably still at least kind of want to consider if you're in this situation. Derp is getting linked as well. So, and even if you don't want to consider the blues, you kind of need to remove some of the synergy, right? You cannot have your opponent have all the blue coin goals because it's quite a bit on this card. And blues are the one thing that I can look at and see like, on this card, they're fairly good. They're not great, but they are fairly good.
Yeah, just short story. If there's 9 in Serena, unless you really need to race for 3 bosses, or if your game plan is very tight, these blues that Derp skipped, you don't need to skip them.
Yeah, especially if you plan on giving up pin up, because I see no other reason to do the banana for the lady, right?
Oh,
like,
for true.
But now Derpspace eyeing that Hondo in a secret with Under from Bianco, which will be completed. It's gonna take quite a bit of time. Not gonna lie.
It's not the longest thing in the world, but they are doing this without Flood in Bianco 3, and even though Bianco 3 is not the most difficult secret to not die on, it's game 3. You even though people are a bit burnt out of bingo, they still want to win. They still will feel nerves, and you can just easily like slip up and die with 99 coins or 98 coins in the secret.
Oh, I doubt that any of these two players are burnt out, honestly. They have shown quite a lot of drive for bingo, at least from what I know. So
yeah, Hefe is probably not burnt out.
Maybe there is some like fatigue just by playoffs, which thank God I'm not having to do playoffs. So at the moment, I can see some nerves starting to creep in, but so far so good. We'll deal with that obstacle once we get there. I think Bianco 3 would have been still a decent shine. It's like so fast anyways. Shine count is not great, but it's also not terrible, you know. Kind of want to try to still win 26 shines even if you're behind by this much. Especially because you're doing blues with it, you know. It's not like this is gonna be basically 2 shines plus of shine prog at the end of the day, so. Also Derp out of water at the moment. Whereas WildGeffe now enters Bianco.
Yep. Seems like Derp still has a little bit of water, but intends to use it for no better reason than to get to the water faster instead of unlocking this one and then getting into the water. Derp has to be careful to not accidentally jump on the pirate chicken because that just like loses coins, and you don't want to lose coins when you're doing 100.
I mean, I feel like you don't want to lose coins anyways. Like, why would you want to lose money in any situation in life? That doesn't sound like a smart play.
That, I guess that like you can always come up with some really like hyper specific situations, but I do not want to spend the mental energy to come up with one right now.
Yes, you could say that if you're being crushed by a mountain of coins, you probably want to get rid of some of them. But yeah, just keep your coins, people.
Is actually donating to charity or donating money in general like considered like throwing away money or like getting rid of money? I
No,
guess.
it depends if you feel it, right? It depends. Like if you're right, all right, that's like cool. Like, I want to donate to this because I believe in the cause, right? Then that's not throwing away money.
Oh, yeah. There's a difference between like wanting to spend money on something and wanting to throw away money. I guess.
No, that's it's still not a throw, right? It's still being used just for something. Throwing away money is literally like dunking it in the river or something.
Yeah, that's like the distinction that I wanted to make.
Also, if you're Geffe here, do you finish the hundo? Probably not.
It depends. I think if you did this a bit later, you probably would. But like assuming Derp wouldn't have shown this. But like this early on, you probably just want to do the 50 and then just dip.
Yeah, I was thinking about it and like, alright, if Geffe started this like 5 minutes later, right? Maybe in the meantime the Dice Arena Blues with all the stuff. Yeah, I probably would have finished it, but now it's like you don't know if your opponent's gonna finish it. Maybe kind of on our prioritization, as in like you should have done this later. But yeah, it's like also I will be interested to see if Geffe does Bianco free, and if so, if he gets like a blue in Bianco free to delay 15 Bianco blues.
After you have done, I don't think you want to particularly re-enter once you are out of Bianco. Also, just conveniently skipping the NPC. Yeah, just an unnecessary blue coin, a fast blue coin to skip, but I guess that just signals that Derp is not too interested in 40 totals. That being said, have a clicks off 50 from 2. Derp doesn't quite know that it's 50 from 2 or 150 yet, but will do so very soon. Also, I didn't keep track of how many blues Hefe has in Bianco.
I didn't either, but I would assume he's been following the entire route, so he should be looking at his 15th soon. Conveniently easy menus for us.
Yeah, I think that's 13, right?
Yes, so he still needs this water blue. That's Anders in the secret and Anders from Bianco, so Geffe can sleep safe knowing that he did not waste any time more than he should have here. So both players will think, alright, my Shan count is pretty low, I should not try to get to pin now, or I shouldn't try to win to some particular stuff, right? But probably Geffe here with the advantage because he knows Derp has spent the time doing this hundreds, right?
Yeah. I just realized that for our players with Bingo Sync Plus, if they use it, that they have a messed up Bingo Sync timer. Whoops, we forgot about that. Anyway, Cafe is running in lives, 1 life at least. Derp technically got 2 with the 100 at the very least. Picked up more the Bell Life, the Pirate Chicken or Pirate Chickens. Maybe one in the secret. But now it's opting to go for totals instead. Let's go.
Oh, and gets winded. Alright, pretty lucky landing there. Geffe opts to open Gelato. I wonder if he's gonna actually take a dip in Gelato or just bail out. Honestly, it might want like that extra 1 blue coin and like 2 shines, you know, just so he can trade and get to Pinna.
If I think more about the current game state, FA has like 8 shines after trade in. Probably like 8 shines after trading or 9. Derp has, I'm trying to think. Also not many.
Yes.
7, probably.
Right now it would be 8.
No. I mean,
it will finish Miracle 1. And...
Yeah. But right now they would have 7 if they traded in. So like, not quite like achieved yet. And on this card, I feel like Pinna is either a high priority or low priority, depending on what you actually want to go for.
Yeah, I mean, I stand Pin on this card, but this is like straight up my opinion, honestly. It's like, there's one level that's looking strong, and that's Pinna just dipping it. Especially with Shadow Mario still being up, right? If you can combo that Pinna Shadow Mario into with the Shadow Mario Shine still being up, and quite frankly, there's no other good level in which to do the Shadow Mario. Maybe Pianta, maybe. But if you're Geffe here, you're like, yeah, I should go for that. They're going for the infinites here.
Picks up a ton of boost in Rico. One would say maybe for no good reason. Also, these Vortex are definitely not fast enough where it's even warranted. This blue coin can be kind of fast, but these Vortex are difficult to do fast.
Alright, linked wise, where are we? I Geffe got Bianco, Gelato, Delfino, and we'll now probably get Rico.
Derpspace is like getting 40 tolls very, very soon.
Yes.
Clicks it off by themselves.
Yes, now Geffe should not collect. He's gonna exit area here after linked. I feel like it's no reason. There is no reason. At this point, you should just finish the shine here.
Yeah, it's definitely an exit area at this point, but maybe not for one from each. But Derp is soon showing. Actually, 3 bosses that late into the game, like almost 27 minutes in, and 27 minutes in, even with the 100s in Bianco, you can assume that there could be Pinna 1 as well. And then you're kind of shaking in your boots.
Yeah, because you don't know if Manta's been done, right? And in this situation, a 9th turn of draft is kind of a double-edged sword, in a way. That's 3 bosses. We'll see what Geffe thinks. Geffe has shown a tendency to kind of overthink matches, I feel. So that might factor in, definitely. But we will see what his game plan will be after this Rico Shine, which will count from 1 from each. I feel at that point you have like 10 coins, 10 blues too much. Then again, blues are strong on this card. There's 2 more totals to fight for. So I feel like that makes sense, right? You want to keep in the fight, especially because Derp has not a lot of info at the moment. He only knows... They only know that Geffe has 15 blues from Bianco, and that's about it.
Yeah. So Havoc can trade in and just get into Pinner and get 16 Pinner, but at the same time, you might be a bit afraid of that, and you might want to like also complete it with.
No, I feel like you still do it in this situation. You kind of have to trust that with 40 totals and secrets, all right. You kind of have to trust yourself in a way. I feel you have to trust in Pinna, right? Because if you see it pop up,
yeah, like I think the main reason why you're kind of confident that this with the third boss wasn't mecha is just right now the beach blues that Derp hasn't got yet.
yeah, and trying to combine them would be kind of greedy, right? You don't want to try to combine 16 Pinna blues with the 7 Pinna beach blues. It's like, dude, that's a bit greedy, even as a faster player. So
yeah,
especially with totals being relatively strong on the card, you just at the point just want everything. You want the full package, you know. Derp is also eyeing links and has gotten the same exact links as Geffe, but Geffe winning to Pinna is actually huge on this card. Because Derp has gotten totals, has gotten the free bosses, and he has the hundo, but whereas Geffe doesn't have a lot. But Geffe is ahead to Pinna and is ahead to the links where honestly, if you think about it, alright, the links that Derp is invested in is still 8 blues, so it's not completely wasted, but the links are not the fastest blues. Links require quite a bit of time. And if you lose links after going for it, it's pretty huge blow.
Yeah, the links are not that fast of boost, and Hefe seems to be prioritizing 7 links over 16 Pinner. Completely ignores the Bluebird, and I dislike people skipping the Bluebird because it's a good one.
I mean, I understand the prioritization on linked.
But the Bluebird takes like 3 seconds.
Yeah, no. I was about to say, I understand wanting to prioritize the links first before you get the other blues. But dude, get the bird. Just get the bird.
Yeah. So, some blues you can skip, and I think Derp can win 16 in Penna now, even though Hefe is doing and starting with the slowest blues in Penna that isn't the second Bluebird, which doesn't even have to be the slowest. It's just the most obnoxious one.
Yeah, the bird. I'm gonna be honest with you. The bird's just a bitch, right? It's not even slow. It's just like sometimes it just decide. All right, I'm a fucking peace out, dude. Bye.
I think Hefe entered with 0 blue coins, meaning
Yes.
that he needs 16 to click 16. Similarly, I think Derp is at the exact same spot, except no.
Except now Derp knows that the links are gone.
Yeah.
And
16 in Pinna is now.
you want to still try. Derp is gambling. Derp says yes. Or not.
Yeah, the kind of issue is that Derp also completely ignored the Bluebirds, and I'm again not happy.
Larvae the ornithologist. Pretty sad that the birds are being ignored right now.
Derp only got a few and then decides to try to win to Pinna. Definitely much that's...
Oh!
And now Hefe is actually going for Pinna. That's hilarious.
Okay, Geffe now is... Oh my god, dude. Geffe's being greedy, like, extremely greedy, but the hilarious thing is it's gonna pay off. It might pay off, actually. Not gonna, but... Derp, this mistake, clearly a bit of nerves and a bit of uncertainty, alright? Like, probably 7 links wasn't the game plan, and then Derp saw that, and they were like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? Like, panicking, in a way. And going for this means that Geff is gonna win 16 Pinna Blues with the baskets. Which...
assuming Hefe's mecha is not bad, and it definitely seems pretty solid thus far. He had some issues with Mecha like yesterday, so
Listen, like a lot of things in this game, Mecha looks easy until it doesn't, alright? And then you have...
yeah, you can always miss the cutscene skip as well, which he didn't. Good for him.
Oh boy.
Not everyone in Div 3 can be very confident about skipping the second cutscene.
I remember, wait, was it Denial that got the last year as well? They got it. That match was cursed.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes, I just waited on purpose for the awkward silence, Larry. Alright, anyway. Geffe is now re-entering Pinna Park Episode 2. Derp has the grand total of 3 Pinna Park blue coins. Alright. Now, what this means is Geffe not only is ahead to Pinna, but also now has the as the totals lead. Which is kind of oof. It's kind of oof for Derp.
But by only like 3 blue coins, so it's definitely not that substantial. And if Derp is going for a beach boost right now, it would kind of make the banana lady kind of awkward, but I was about to say they seem to not elect to go for them, but they changed their minds, it seems.
Geffe clearly did not watch Pogo's tutorial on how to do this level with the basket blues. Sad business. Watch Pogo's tutorial, people. It's really helpful.
I think Derp skipped one of the baskets, so they need to get one really far back. And,
no, Geffe's also having a bit of a tough time here. And I'm not understanding what this positioning is. Probably some nerves, but this might hurt him quite a bit.
Wait, did Derp get the basket? I think they're like...
Oh no, Geffe, oh no. This is pretty oof.
I'm pretty sure Derp... Yeah, didn't... Oh, wait. Checks for 9. Knows that they have missed one at the very back. I don't know what they're looking for. I don't think they know either.
Right.
Oh, this is actually now very, very close.
Oh no, the Geffe's purple got destroyed, and oh god, this is...
But Derp just doesn't want to go for this, it seems. Okay, they want to go for this at the end. Clicks it off. What? That was such...
Okay, so...
That was so
look.
weird.
Oh, and Geffe doesn't see that. Oh no. Oh no.
He still needs the 16th penalty.
I guess, yes. Makes sense.
And now the penalty race is like almost tied.
Yeah. No, the interesting thing though is that Derp thinks they're ahead now, I feel.
Also true. This is like... yeah, but they technically are, but...
yeah, but not nearly as much as it's apparent. That's the thing.
Yeah, this is very interesting.
If I'm not trusting that spin jump dive. Derp collects the shine. Geffe will route in alive. This actually just turned into a very interesting match. I feel this is if both players keep on investing time in Pinna, this will be extremely interesting. Because obviously, with a stage being strong, you always have the idea, right? If you feel like you're winning to that stage as a player, you're incentivized to say, all right, I kinda put my stamp on Pinna, say. maybe it's time to leave and contest something else, because my opponent will not try to contest me on Pinna. Right, so Derp might think that. But Geffe is probably going to push on, so it's going to be interesting to see if Derp actually tries something like that.
I find it really interesting that Hefe saw these 7 beach blues and was like, yeah, I don't, I can raise the Pinna. I probably just collect blue coins here.
Maybe this is kind of a split play from Geffe. It's a situation where it's like, all right, I'm gonna try to raise Pinna, but I'm also gonna invest in Platinum Blues, because you know, if you actually speed in Pinna, obviously it's countered by Derp doing the exact same thing and Geffe wasting about 20 seconds to get this blue. But yeah, I don't think Derp will actually try to get some blues on the way. So I don't dislike this play too much in a way. It's not the worst thing ever, especially because somehow we still got the good cycle. There. Okay, I missed the coin. It's sad business.
He got a cycle.
Yeah, I mean, not the first cycle. I mean, like he got the second cycle, but it is still a good cycle to get, just not the fast one. But it is good.
True.
You know.
Has like 60 blue coins and interesting.
He will have 65, whereas Derp will have Pinna 4. Oh no, Geffe. This is tragic. This looks like me from 2019, Pinna 3. Sad business. Or maybe Geff is going for a Pinna FCAW. I don't know, man. I mean, I did say Pinna strong, just not that strong, man.
It's going to be very interesting what Derp elects to do here. Maybe like we know that they can afford just safe warping and then going into Pinna, the right Yoshi 2 worlds, into EYG, into like Shell Mario. That's like that's 3 golds right off the bat, plus being ahead to 5 from 2.
Yes. Being ahead to 26 shines probably as well in the situation.
Hefe is just still happy collecting blue coins. Maybe not happy, but he still is collecting blue coins.
He's on an adventure, all right. He did click 65 total blues, so.
And
he's now gonna finish Pinna Park, episode number 3. Or take another 30 seconds to finish Pinna Park, episode 3. Whatever. Unfortunate. I think nerves are kind of getting to Geffe's brain at the I mean, obviously nerves would get to someone's brain, right? Because the nerves connect the brain to the rest of the body, but you get what I mean.
Derp he's talking a ton.
Yes, Derp elects to stay here, which in my opinion is the right call. Like, if you're committing to Pinna, you have to commit to Pinna, right? You cannot out-fast it in this situation. Especially if you've seen 16 Pinna Blues. You know you're okay. You might still be ahead of your opponent, but you cannot out-fast it.
Yeah, that goes for like a right Yoshi 2 Worlds Rush probably instead of just being better with like ending in Pinna. But I think the right Yoshi 2 Worlds will maybe scare away Hefe from committing more in Pinna, and then kind of works out. And they're like somewhere, Derp is then somewhere else.
Yes, Effe is people leaving after all. Probably going to Pianta, wants to finish the 4 from Pianta, understandable there, kind of wants to put it in the bag. I don't see a lot of... Okay, I'm guessing that is a replug. I don't see any other reason to do that, but... Okay. And Derp heads to Serena. So, Ride Yoshi towards is clicked, alright? And if you're a Geffe here, you have Pinna free. I feel you kind of want to try to contest Pinna Shadow Mario and Shadow Mario Shine, in a way, because it's progress for 5 from 2 for 1, and you're gonna try oh, okay, that's pretty.
He's
They're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't ground pound, didn't do anything else.
Yes, Geffe here, kind of tossing a bit. Not gonna lie. So I would still want to contest Pinna, simply for the fact that your opponent probably will not expect it, right? And it's still progress from 5 from 2, which you should win with Pianta. So it's a bit of a gamble, but if you win that gamble, it's 3 goals for you. If you lose that gamble, it's still 1 goal from you, and your opponent doesn't know that you wasted that time. So it's just, I don't know. I just think that the Pinna Shadow Mario Shine with the 5 from 2 synergy is kind of good in this situation. Not something that the players specifically have to go for immediately. Geffe also waits again.
Yep, waits for the perfect Gumi, then like almost dies. Maybe not.
You can see that clearly Geffe is not a nearest mushroom stan like me.
That's a very, very.
Oh no!
My
oh
God,
no! Oh no!
Very tragic. There's a really easy damage boost that you can do. That is like very looking similar to the damageless strat, where you just get a damage boost on the tree, like close to the goop, where you would perform the momentum spin jump for damageless, and then you just jump dive. You maybe wait for a tiny bit.
Is this a
River?
Oh, this is River Gang. All right. Listen, I would have respected this if this was at the first time, right? But by now, this is just cowardice. And we here do stand people that see the value in the extra blues, but we do not stand cowards.
Goes for this variation of River strat. That's at least a positive.
Yeah, it's a bit of a emotion flex boost, in the situation. But yeah, that's a lot of time wasted. Derp by now is Derp's all right. Derp's going for the Nokis here.
Yep, wants to the 9 anyway. Didn't they just do? Wait, this is yeah. That's
Yeah. Wait, how many blues are there in Serena 3?
More than
enough. Them? All of them? Alright. Not all of them, but you know what I mean. All of the ones that they needed to finish.
Yeah, but then you can just do like 3, then Serena 3.
Yeah, exactly. Serena 3 is also fast, shine, 4 from Serena. But no, Derp elects to go finish Pinna in this situation, which is... I mean, I can appreciate seeing the value here, but... Geffe unfortunately has lost a ton of time to this thing. That's about 2 minutes, I would say, to blunders by now.
I guess with how these mistakes happened, probably 2 minutes is kind of close. About pretty accurate. And suddenly, the Mario race might be a bit close. Also, 5 from 2 is now a bit close as well, really close as well. Right, because Derp will have their 5th in this level soon, and then can do Serena, Serena 3, 4, and hidden.
What do you mean? You don't see the value in King Boo right now? Man, SMH. Is Serena 2 hidden or 4 hidden faster? I guess 2.
It depends on the strats you do.
Alright, so you would do 4 because 4 is easier, honestly. In this situation, it's like... I don't probably want to risk 2 reds. I mean, the 2 reds is not that bad, but it's definitely a riskier play than than 4 reds, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. Hefe is going blue coins. Goes back into pinner. Might want to grab the pinner value now that Derp has left, but Derp actually conveniently went back in time.
I mean, I appreciate this play. I feel like it would still work if you did Serena free, but that's the point. Like, you want to leave, and then you want to return before your opponent catches on the fact that, well, you're not in pin anymore. But I mean, this is technically still progress for 5 and 2 for Geffe, so not the end of the world, but definitely not what you want to do at this point. You want to invest time in other things. Like, for instance, Serena Hotel, Serena Beach, Serena whatever. What's the name of the other thing in the US thing, in JP? Sorry. Serena Beach, still.
Good question. I don't know.
Because I know Gelato's like Mama Beach, which is my dude. What? Derp now is gonna murder.
Monte Village.
Yes, which makes surprising sense in Italy.
And Noki is Mare Bay, I think.
Yes. Which is like sea bay, but okay, sure. I would suppose a bay is gonna be in the sea, you know. Oh yeah, I love the Japanese level names. It's like it's hilarious. That said, Geffe got to 20 shines first, but it doesn't really matter at all on this card because Noki is not good.
Yeah, there are 2 golds that are linked with high shine count. High shine count being 20 plus. And one of them is pretty terrible in EO. Now Derp is going into 3-3 and then probably realizes, oh, I could have just got blue coins here. That's kind of awkward.
So Geffe is like showing off all the different ways you can bonk in Tofino Plaza. That's really appreciate the showcase, but glad that he's gonna be able to now enter a level, and it is Rico. I wonder to what end. 7 enemies, I presume, at this point, but it's like I feel you've got all this shit in pin now. Finish 5 from 2, man.
Yeah.
It's you have 4 from Pianta, 4 from Pinna. You can do like Pianta 5. It's not Pianta 5 is pretty terrible though, I guess.
Yeah, this game is pretty like turning to be very interesting. Derp being up 9-5. Then it's like they will get 4 from Serena. What then? Maybe Serena 2 reds for like 5 from 2 and life grinding? That can be a play. But they are not particularly like they're not ahead to anything else on the card, but the goals they have a lot of goals. Yeah, they just have a lot of goals, and then like Hefe didn't do Serena 1, so 1 from each is kind of iffy in that sense. Derp just needs Piata 1 instead, and both need Noki. But there are like a lot of wild things.
I see Lego is a man of culture and saying that Derp is gonna do King Boo for 5 from 2. Now, I do not endorse King Boo in any way, shape, or form, but I do appreciate it for the how to put it. I do appreciate the intent, right? Like I know I'm a man that appreciates flex, and doing King Boo right now would be an epic flex. So. Geffe tries to give Yoshi another banana, but Yoshi's right. All right, I'm okay, thank you. And people leaves for Serena, and Clay sees 4 from Serena clicked. But he probably still wants to do Manta for the 1 from each.
Yeah. Oh, Derp is hopefully going for Serena Reds for life grinding and 5 from 2.
Yes.
Oh, this is really interesting because. Now, out of all sudden, Derp will get to 12 goals, and even though they are behind for kind of a lot of them, it's not easy for Hefe to defend all goals, and
yes, it's like obviously you need to win something like 8 50-50s, which if you do the math, all right, 50, and you start dividing 50 by 2 to the power of 7 at that point because of where we don't want 50-50, you do get less than 1%. So it's not very easy.
The interesting theory is like, okay, Dub will probably be ahead 12-6. I think Pepe is delaying from Piata and kind of has to. And that means that Derp, but Derp is like behind to most of the goals. And they have to choose, like, they can't choose like one goal because they can always just get sniped to this and then get screwed over. The other alternative is like setting up for everything just can lose you the game as well, because then you might just be behind, like even further behind for everything. So the best strategy is to pick a handful of goals if you're that far ahead in terms of goal count, and do kind of a split play between them and ignore like all the other goals on the card.
Yes, you have to select a group of goals basically and say, I'm rolling with these. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now, Geffe's Manta, not ideal in this situation, but whenever is a Manta ideal, I don't think that there's ever been such a thing as an ideal Manta. Especially when you need it. Maybe on prac codes, like when you're just vibing around, you're like, oh, really good Manta. Then you run and you waste like 30 seconds.
Definitely.
So Geffe will wrap up one from each, I guess, after this. That would be the logical step, you know, with no key. After that, I'm not really sure. Like that's gonna be the matter for some calls. Like Eel in this situation is not ideal because you don't set up for anything else, right? It's just like going for Eel. You can argue that it's kind of 26 shine setup because no key 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, and 3 are not very slow shines. But what if Derp just goes for shine count?
Yeah, it's as I mentioned a lot of times. There are many goals that Hefe has to defend, like 7 bluebirds, 7 enemies. One from each is something Hefe will get very soon. 26. Eel also kind of 80 totals still is kind of unclear.
I'm guessing that he's very close to 80 totals. I'm guessing he's gonna plan to get like the the 2 extra blues in Noki 2, all that stuff. You just kind of like slowly inch towards the 80 totals. In this situation, you kind of have to like commit to multiple things. And now Geff is committing to at least some steel setup. 12 goals clicked from Derp. And this is fair, like as I said, like you can have this setup for 26, and I feel that makes sense, right? It's also 2 from 7 as well from Geffe. I'm not sure if he has 2 from Gelato, but I think every other world, 2 from Mirko maybe, but all the other worlds should be covered as far as I can remember. So this would have been much easier for Geffe if he didn't have like those 2.5 minutes of mistakes, you know?
Definitely.
Because
ever since like the Pinna 2, everything kind of fell apart, and it was not as convenient to play out the game like that.
Now, Derp is clearly eyeing those 26 shines and 1 from each, I feel. But 1 from each gets clicked now. And I feel it's kind of a bit of a mistake to go for the bird, you know, especially because Noki 1 is not that much slow.
Yeah, it's like 30 seconds. Like optimal even 25 seconds slower. And I think Derp is a bit more practiced on Noki 1 than Goldbird, so maybe it even like comes down to 20 seconds.
Okay,
but
as shine count wise, assuming a trade, Geffe is on 24 right now, and Derp is on 23.
yeah.
But
Have
Geffe is
needs to protect 80 totals. Like, Derp quick 9 in Serena after 40
also.
totals. So
Why
that's like
would you
50.
go for the blues here? And Geffe realized the mistake. Oh no. Is this 2 from 7? A 2 from 7 play from Derp or 4 from Pianta play? Oh, guess both.
Can be both.
And Geffe here definitely the nerves eating away at his chances of victory with both the mistakes, now the situation, which lost him about 30 seconds. It's a race to 26 shines, basically. So, what's Derp's 1 from each like 2 from 7 situation? Derp has 2 from Bianco for sure.
Yes.
Derp has 2 from Pinna for sure, 2 from
Pinna.
Serena. And that's it. 1 from Noki, 1 from Rico.
1 from Noki, 1 from Rico, 1 from Delfino, one from Pianta very soon, 1 from Gelato. They have one from each after this, and only 2 from 3 specific ones. So kind of far away, but I can only reiterate that Hefe has so much more to protect. And did Derp actually have to move from Delfino? I think.
I'm not sure, but it's like doesn't really matter because it's like 40 seconds, unless it's like super close race at this point, which it doesn't look like it will be. Geffe should have this in the bag in a way, like unless Derp art focuses it, and Geffe will be finishing like 80 blues really soon, and I think he should go towards a trade, like a trade right now, like getting 2 extra Delfino blues, maybe sewers, and then trade, because in a way, like he also has to click 4 from Pianta at some point, because Derp is gonna inch towards that.
Yeah, this is really getting interesting right now.
Going for the bird here. That's gonna be another blue. The bird gets waterlogged. It explodes. I never know. I don't understand how the hell this bird dies, but it dies. Now go for the far Pianta, Sag business moment right here.
True, it's not a bad blue coin to get, and I think he didn't get them yet. It'll be interesting to see if Pepe decides to delay it or not. Oh, okay, that was kind of close.
If it's delaying 80 totals at the moment, maybe he wants to click all the goals he has now. No, he clicks 80 totals. All right.
This is getting really close. Still delaying 4 from Pianta.
No, he clicks it now, and okay, this game is getting really interesting now. Holy hell, dude! Yeah. All right.
The only thing Hefe is not. I think he got like the birds and Penna, so 7 birds is kind of interesting as well. And I think he's deciding for 2 from 7. Maybe Derp is actually also deciding for 2 from 7.
Derp is. This might be an eel commit. Geffe has 2 from Bianco, 1 from Rico, 2 from Pinna, 2 from Pianta, 1 from Serena, 2 from Noki. What am I missing?
2 from Noki, Pianta, Penna.
1 from Gelato, which is now gonna compensate for it.
2 from Bianco?
Yes, he did 2 and then he did 50 with 3.
2 from Rico.
He did 2 from Rico?
Yeah, he did Rico too.
Okay, then he only has 1 in Gelato. He's probably gonna have 2 from 7 after this, I think.
Yeah. No, I think he needs 1 in Delfino as well.
Yeah, okay, like this and 1 Delfino and he has 2 from 7. So he might still technically be back in time for Eel. That's insane, dude. Unless Derp split plays and decides to go for like open Eel and then go for enemies. Which could work. He does have the access, probably is Geffe also. No, he does not have the access because he hasn't finished Bianco free. Oh, this is pretty tragic, honestly. Geffe might bring this back, which is insane.
That would be definitely a very huge upset, but it's still a bit too unlikely right now. But we
Hence
might
the
see
usage.
that.
Hence the usage of the word might.
Oh,
Especially as
2 from
Derp
7.
is split playing as well. Oh no, oh no. This should be 2 from 7 from Geffe. If we have counted properly. It's Delfino, Bianco, Rico, Pianta, Pinna, Noki, Gelato. And it is. And also clicks right after Derp enters Gelato. It's also pretty sad.
Yeah. Oh.
Does not get the enemy, unfortunately. Could have gotten the enemy there.
Yeah, this is... Have gone for enemies? Let's stop go to an eel.
Yes. Okay, Jefe has the Pinna enemy and has the Gelato enemy, right? But that should be about it.
We still don't know. The Derp can always go for 50-50.
Yes.
Also, Derp can always struggle with Noki too. I continue to struggle with Noki too. How many enemies does Hefe have? Because he
2.
drafted this goal?
Yes, he has 2. Yes. He
Really?
has Gelato and he has Pinna, but he has not done any enemies in Bianco and he has not done any enemies in Rico. This is 5 enemies on the count for him right now. Exit area immediately. As Derp completes Noki 2, we will see if this is going to be a split play. Jefe has to delay and finish Noki free.
The issue is he can't delay 7 enemies, as mentioned.
Oh, right. That's fair. Jefe can't delay that. So Derp actually... Pretty smart for of Derp to go for Eel. Now Derp in the advantage. Alright, this is... Yeah, you can always pseudo delay as Geffe, like get 5 enemies and do heal, which could have been a play, but then again, Derp could also again split play as soon as he has Noki free done. Sorry, as soon as they have Noki free done, because in this situation, it is a reasonable thing to think, right? With the bird, at least split play bird. Or is it? Because you don't really have Pianta access, so that's about the only thing you can do. You don't have Bianco, you don't have Pianta, you don't have anything.
It's kind of insane to think about. I feel like these these struggles in Pianta
cost half of the game. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, like 5 from 2 would have been more competitive, and I guess 5 from 2 like primarily. Maybe Shell Mario could have been very close as well, but I think it would still be Derpspace favored. But like one goal in Sunny would be 11-11, and Derp would have much worse time closing this game out.
Yep, but Derp is committing to Eel and save for a death in Eel. This is probably GG. And yeah, this is why consistency is more important than speed, 100% in bingo. This is why you cannot afford to waste 2 minutes, because those 2 minutes are just 2 minutes in a run. Those 2 minutes are windows for goals to be completed that just shut down, right? Yes, you can catch up with your speed, but it still means that you've lost those 2 minutes out of, say, 15 in the early game. Even if you're the fastest player, those 2 minutes are gonna hurt a hell of a lot in the early game. So Geffe here gonna go back towards the dark abyss, but he's only gonna find sadness and tragedy. Unfortunate. Would have been a really great comeback story, but it was not meant to happen. And Derp is cleaning this eel. Man.
But can we like talk about the journey Derp has done? with like a record of, I think, 3-8 in the regular season. With Tom, would have been 9th place, but Tom Dollars dropping out, doesn't want to play playoffs, kind of burned out. I was not play anymore. Derp got into playoffs as AS 8th seed, had to play Pinkish.
Goes for the coins.
Yeah, safety first. Plays Pinkish, sweeps Pinkish in a 2-0 match, and now takes down WildGeffe, who in the regular season would have been 5th, but got 4th seed due to Tom Dallas dropping out. But also, if he won against Libre in the regular season, which he could have had pretty, like it was a very competitive match as well, very close, then Hefe would have been 1st seed in Division 3A. Everything there.
Yes, that is extremely impressive in this situation. Gets cutscene skip. And honestly, like, I'm kind of sad that this person is gonna go against Urbani. Like, this is the ultimate fate, giving you the middle finger, right? It's like, you're having all this great, like, comeback story, etc. Now you have to face Urbani, which is widely considered to be obviously the biggest hurdle in that Division 3 playoffs. Even though Urbani has shown some cracks, we know that. And it's definitely not impossible, but it is not gonna be the easiest thing ever. So we'll see about the interview now.
Honestly, this entire series, like every game, was very entertaining. I'm glad that I was able to commentate all 3 games there, and well played to both competitors.
And can we talk about Larvi's journey, right? Starting from a player that's like, I don't want to watch Division 3 matches, and now he's glad he's commentated this awesome series. What a wonderful journey as well.
I've been scarred from last season's.
Slow clap for Larvi.
I'm scarred from last. Like I commentated one of the notorious Denial versus Druka matches. Definitely still haunting me to this day.
But it is fine. Like, you've shown it time and time again, right? There was a time, remember, this is very important. There was a time at which Ramato was at the same level as the average Division 3 player right now. So everybody has to begin somewhere, and that's where champions are built, right? At some point, we will have a dude that was from Division 3 win the entire league. It will happen. Just a matter of time, basically.
Welcome, guys. GG on the match. That was pretty entertaining, and the ending was kind of intense as well. So
take me to like 4 things at the end.
I honestly just didn't feel like playing SMS today, so I routed like crap, and I basically gave up after the draft, to be honest.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, this is
well,
the draft game.
Honestly, at the end, if you got me to Eel Shine, I would have been dead.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
arguably.
just entered Noki 4.
When I saw enemies light up, I was like, I win. It's over, because I was in Noki 4 at that point.
I actually thought you'd vote with enemies as the least obvious thing. I was just kind of jumping around. I figured 2 from 7 would scare you off Eel a little bit, so it'd give me time to go.
It did a little bit, but I figured it was probably hidden. You also sniped me to 1 from each, and 4 from Kianta, and 26. You sniped me to like all the last goals except for 80.
All right.
A 4 from Kiana was a huge delay, by the way.
Yep, it was a delay, like what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
After you clicked Right Yoshi in 2 worlds, I basically had it done. Granted, apparently you can't do damage strats with drift.
Yep.
Yeah, have I had a moment in Pianta 3, and without like the 2 deaths there, maybe 5 from 2 would have been gone different, and then the end game would have been also different as a result. And I don't know. This match was pretty interesting. Like starting from the draft, we've had some interesting interactions, like Derp having drafted 40 totals, but Hefe has drafted like 9 from Serena, 15 Bianco, 16 Pinner, like all these.
Yeah, you drafted all the Blues goals.
Yeah, my draft was a huge mistake.
Yeah, it's like you got a lot. You drafted a lot of things that I didn't think you'd be able to reach. Okay.
Basically, my entire draft period was I'm just gonna hope Dope doesn't take the stuff I want, and I'm just gonna steal what he wants. Totally, that'll work out.
That 7 pinup Blues was nuts.
Oh,
I forgot about one of the baskets in the back, but otherwise it was insane.
Popals killed each other for a minute. I lost that by 50.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
the craziest RNG on that.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a bit greedy. I'm not sure if it was what Larby you wanted to say, but going for 16 peanut blues with the 7 blue baskets kind of worked out just because they panicked a bit and then missed the cutscene skip.
Yeah.
I exited area
too early in the for the first one, so had to re-enter Pinner and lost like 50. I think it's like costing 50 seconds.
30 seconds, most like more.
Yeah, so kind of at least kind of compensates the good RNG that you were able to get, or like I guess the RNG compensated the mistake, and just go like. There were like a lot of interesting things that happened during the game, like Derp going for Banana Lady before Manta pretty early on, and just ended up not getting any Fruit Ladies afterwards.
I had an idea of getting Fruit Ladies and then delaying it until like 22 minutes in, so it seems like I got into pin it early.
Mm-hmm.
I just never got the other ones.
I routed like crap this match. Because like even after the draft, I'm like, okay, I'll just kind of, he's got 3 bosses and 100 in his seat, but he's not getting into pin in the 30 minutes. Was basically my thought. And then for some reason, that just means I'm guaranteed first to pinner. And then I did like 50 from 2, died a couple times or something.
Oh, you were first to pinner.
I entered Rico 1 instead of doing Underbell. That was a huge mistake.
Honestly, Geffe, like for all you've said, I don't think most of these things are actually. Like Rico 1 instead of Underbell was good. You were first to pinner. Your decision of not
doing basket blues even with my crap bullets if I did that.
Yeah, okay, but you might have lost 1 from each at the very end because you got 1 from each. Then Derp was only missing Pianta 1, which they
I think I did
to,
Rico 2 before 1 from each, so we'll have ended up winning that.
No, okay, but you might have lost 2 from 7 at the point. You know that obviously you cannot start thinking about focusing on one moment of the game. That's like 20 minutes in, and then
you can't focus on one moment of the game when the entire game is crap.
I disagree with that. I 100% disagree with that. I don't think you played particularly badly. I know that you have a controller that's not functioning super well at the moment, which I know it feels.
I was really happy with how I routed the first 2 matches. The second match, I think the controller lost me that one. So I think a good controller, I would have 2-0'd this.
And I mean, even then, I don't think you played this match badly. This match was fine as far as I feel. The draft was kind of okay. I knew 9 Serena was not gonna happen, but besides that,
I drafted that knowing I wouldn't do it. I basically said, fair, 3 bosses, he'll probably do Manta. And after that, I'm like, I'm dumb. He's gonna do 3rd boss and Pinna, skip Serena because it's the slowest one.
Nope. I did it in Serena. Because I kind of felt like you wouldn't do Serena Blues or 4 from Serena.
Yeah, and there was value there as well. Like there's like 1 from each.
Progress towards 20 lives as well.
Yeah, as I said, there's 1 from each, right? You have 2 from 7. There's reasons to go to the 4 from Serena. There's an incentive to do Manta here. Maybe not immediately, but it's not a bad play. But overall, as I said, I don't think this match was bad at all. This match was fairly good. The thing that the only thing that costed the match was like nerves, but those happened on both sides. So
honestly, I didn't really get nervous at all in the match. I just didn't really
Bro,
feel
I'm
like playing too much today.
crazy.
Mm.
No idea.
All right, now with this series wrapped up, 2 from 1, Derp advances. Now we can talk a bit about this, right? Because I was saying that all this fantastic redemption story, being ninth, being like drafted back into the playoffs after Tom Dollars dropped out, right? Sweeping Pinkish, winning the series against a player that could have very well been seed 1 in the seed 1.
Yeah.
And then after this whole great redemption story, who are you slapped with in the next match as an opponent?
Urbani.
My
Let's go.
man
I'm gonna get
Urbani.
destroyed.
Nah.
Bonnie's been playing worse and worse as the season goes on, IMO.
Which, again...
Or players are just getting better. I think that's more...
Regardless...
Like, Urbani has lost to both me and Tomato low control in, like, the past week. Granted, I felt like he gave me the win. I didn't feel like I was playing Urbani. He'll likely pick Lockout for his first format, because that's what 80% of his scrims are. Invasion, that's another one you might think to pick for your format.
I probably won't pick Invasion. Too much speed.
You overestimate speed in Invasion.
Okay, yeah, but my routing's
would
not good
have
enough to...
picked Invasion, but I just, like, if it were game format, pick 1-0. You know, Invasion's a good pick. I just didn't want to risk, a lopsided card with a drift controller.
Alright, that said, Geffe, I'm not sure why you were giving advice to Derp on what to pick for his formats on stream, which Urbani might be watching. You know, it's kind of a weird thing, so... I think this entire, like, picking of formats is for another day. Like, just wanted to hear what Derp feels about this, and just wanted to remind you that, especially this late in the season, we've seen players drop out of playoffs. We've seen players playing poorly because of burnout, and having a strong mentality and feeling like no matter what the match, you can win because you have more endurance, you have more capacity to play for longer periods of time and still keep up work, which is something that you excel at. I have to say you have quite a bit of drive for that. I think it's doable. And if you win that match, then stuff gets serious because you're top 4 for the playoffs. You might actually get a shot at relegate, like the playouts for Division 2, which, if they're gonna happen, which is pretty cool. So definitely don't go in that match thinking you've already lost, because that's what that's how you
I honestly think I've been playing better over the past few weeks than any other part of the regular season.
Yeah.
Your routing against Pinkish was fine. From what I saw, your routing against me wasn't bad.
Yeah,
Honestly, I had a bad drift match, and then this match I just didn't really show up. So you've got the routing. Honestly, I think you can route better than me if you just learn to predict what he does.
Okay. Now I'm gonna be the toxic commentator and say to Juan, it does not take a lot to beat you. And now we can drop. All right, let's go.
Wait, that was not unnecessary then. What the fuck?
Sorry, yeah. Juan. Like, Juan, you were like silver platter, right? Here, please, okay. Master Aleus, slap me. All right, sorry, I had to at that point. It's like, my dude.
Guys, anyway, we have to wrap it up. Well, Yada vs Lego is supposed to start very soon, and they are playing it out for. Yeah, they're just playing it out. Their series. Yada is currently up 1-0, but definitely in a very close match, and anything can happen. First, do you have like any final words to say before we head out?
Really?
Okay, no. Doesn't seem like this. Job. Can you do you want to say any last words as being the victor of today?
GG, that ending was nuts. Honestly, really crazy. I almost thought I was gonna lose for a minute, and GG's. on matches.
GG. And with that, we have Lego versus Yado very soon, I think. Right? It's supposed to start now. Or
I'm not
actually
sure
not
if it
now.
got moved. No, I'm not sure if it got moved up.
Yeah, in like 1.5 hours actually.
Okay.
Whoops. So
Oof.
in that case, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe we'll rate someone. Maybe game will give us a long music break. It's up for him to decide. I'm just out. I just want to head off.
All right.
Game with you.